you doing? It's nice to see everyone. How you doing? Welcome. Hang on. All right, we are early, so I accidentally hit the wrong button. Ooh, ooh. But today is going to be an exciting video. It's going to be a long video. And yeah, you read that correctly. You need a hard orgasm, not another narcissist. Yeah, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean what you think it means. So get your head out of the gutter, okay? This is a clean site here, okay? My gosh, what are you guys thinking? Oh my goodness. Woo. I'm just teasing. But yeah, no, this is not what you think it is. So we're just gonna wait a few minutes until people come in because we are early. Hey, Resistor, there you are. There's my lovely moderator. Welcome to the channel. Resistor is our new moderator for today and for however long he so wants the job. And we're happy to have you, Resistor. So thank you very much. So yeah, the title is probably going to create the bots and create the crazies, but yeah, I smurfed you. Yeah, that's the way it comes. You're a blue. That's the way YouTube does it. So yeah. So how you doing? How is everyone? Okay, so yeah. I'm a little bit unorganized here just because I clicked early. I didn't mean to, but I guess and you know, I will do my best to stay on top of the trolls today too, because I suspect this title is going to attract the crazies. So, but you know, it needs to be said. I stumbled on this last night, and yeah, it's interesting, very interesting. Not what I thought, and I thought, like, I've had this happen to me a few times, and I had no idea. My hair's bugging me. I had no idea that this is what it was called, and I was just rebuking it because I thought it was like demonic activity because I've never heard it before. So I was just like, something's going on with me. I'm not liking this feeling. So it feels different. It feels weird. So the Lord rebuke you. Go away. I don't want it. And now that I know what it is, I'm gonna call it back. It's a wonderful feeling, if you know what I'm talking about. Something to do with the heart and the title. It's a beautiful feeling, and it feels, well, now that I know what it is, it feels like a fluttering, like how God, in his wind, you know, the Ruha in the beginning of Genesis, when he fluttered as a wind over the waters, that's what it feels like. It feels like not heart palpitations, but just a fluttering in your heart that's expansive, and it's just like, oh, what's going on? Oh, it feels, if you don't know what it is. So we're going to talk about this because this is important. So just got up, stayed up late thinking of your channel. My low self-esteem is an all-time high. LOL. Aw, honey bunch. Hugs, 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 hugs. I do this because it's like what little kids do when they go uppy, uppy, uppy. So it's like hugs, hugs, you know. Aw, honey, we're gonna get you through this. You're gonna be okay. Yeah, we're gonna get you through this. So you know, it's difficult. I mean, we're all going through something. I mean, I'm just choosing to ignore the political front now. I'm choosing to, you know, I was really keen at the beginning of this, you know, Great Awakening stuff. Hi, Cynthia. Hugs to you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. How are you, girl? I I have to say that at the beginning of this, when Trump was first elected, when things were, we were a part of this great awakening, and researching and crying my eyes out, becoming depressed over the world, over my life, and thinking that Trump was going to save the day. And I'm so tired of the freaking silly buggers. Like, we're in March, April now, tomorrow's April, and he was re-elected in January, and there's all these silly buggers going on. It's time to stop the game playing and be adult. And this, I didn't sign up for this. Like, I did not sign up for, the little boy who cried wolf and the little game playing Pinocchio and all of this bullshit. Pardon my language. So I'm choosing to ignore it now. I know the truth. I know what I know. I know what I've read. I know what I've researched. I know what I've seen. And now it's time to focus on us and our family, because Jesus is the only one who's going to save us. He gave us this great awakening. He gave us the knowledge. He gave us the insight. So what are we going to do with it? We're going to live our lives, and we're going to rise above all this freaking tyranny and all this garbage and all this narcissistic mayhem that still continues even on the political field. I know if you want to win at playing poker and you're playing poker with a cheater, you got to play by their rules. I get it. But I'm tired of being piggy in the middle. And I'm tired of being piggy in the middle with the narcissist, and one narcissist fighting over me and the other narcissist fighting over me and fighting over their supply, triangulating me, blah, blah, blah. Those days are over. And so, yep, the political stage is just that, just like a narc would do. Yeah, it is biblical. And press conference. You should see what's going on today, press conference. Okay, I will take a look. The narc is using my daughter to get me angry. She said he called her for a week straight, trying to tell her he's on vacation in Barcelona. Oh, for goodness sakes. Will that ever stop? Like, the Lord rebuke him. Like, stop, just let him leave your daughter alone. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, no child support in 3 months, and leans on his bank accounts. Yep. You can go to court. I've had this happen. Go to court. The judge asks for the bank accounts for child support, and they just hedge. And nothing was done about it. Nothing was done. So, yeah, bank accounts blocked. Yeah, they don't care. They just find another way to earn money and hide it. So, yeah. So I'm sorry. But, right now, I guess the best thing we can do, the only thing that we can do, is concentrate on ourselves, live our best life, rise above this. And that's what we're doing on this channel. And I am so grateful for you guys and this channel. So welcome, come on in, because we may not have the answers right away, but we gain answers step by step by step by step. Oh, my hair is looking so funky today. Well, because I wanted to show off my hair for the trolls. Gotta love those trolls. They do bring in the algorithms. They do help the algorithms, though. So I have to say, like, there was almost 500 people watching there yesterday, and I'm sure most of them were trolls and bots and stuff. Not most of them, a huge part of it. But that's okay, because the trolls are putting this channel out into the YouTube algorithms to get it seen as well. So any interaction is good, but we don't like the negative interaction. You get one chance, and you have a negative interaction, you got to, verbal vomit. No. So welcome everybody to this channel. Welcome to today's video entitled, "You Need a Heart Orgasm, Not Another Narcissist." And no, it's not what you think. We keep it clean on this channel, but this word is, the term orgasm, it has sexual connotation. And it may even track the narcissist today. So the narcissist is going to learn something, because what we're after is something better than what the narcissist can give us. Hello, happy life. How you doing? Just laugh at the trolls and bots. I laugh and keep moving. Exactly. We just laugh and keep moving. So, yeah. So we're going to start off with love, exciting and new. I just forgot the words. The love boat. Da 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 da. Oh, I forget the words now. Dang. I just messed up the whole video. This is so cool. The love boat. Oh, okay. You know, I'm going to be singing that in tonight's live. I'll just burst it out with the lyrics, right? Because that's what happens. It usually comes back to you after when you don't need it. But yeah, we're going to talk about the love thing. Get your groove thing. Get your groove thing. Okay, anyways, enough of that. I'm just in a good mood. So, you know, I'm spreading the joy. I'm refusing to allow circumstances and narcissists to take away our joy, because we have to start living in joy. Or not, we have to. That's the wrong word. Again, we got to mind our words. I'm trying to learn from the last one of our videos that we did last week. Mind our words. We get to live in joy. We get to spread the joy. We get to live in love. Excuse me. And to be honest, some of the stuff that they say are funny. Yeah, it is funny. It is funny. It's hilarious. And, you know, they're bold enough to say it. Power to them. The trolls are the part of the algorithm. They promote the channel no matter what they say. Exactly. So let's get on with this. Because the narcissist love, I want to talk about the difference between love from the heart and love from the head. And excuse me, there's a Bryan Adams song, Straight from the Heart. And excuse me, why now? Please not now. Excuse me. The song is going through my head. But okay, so the narcissist love is head-based, not heart-based. And that's what often confuses us when we get into a narcissistic relationship. Even a relationship with our parents and our children and our spouses and our family and our besties. Love is meant to be felt in the heart. It's deep, it's unconditional, and life-giving. And if you guys have been doing... Sorry, hang on. If you guys have been coming to the channel and you're a part of our membership group, the Breathe In meditation videos, these will center you in your heart. And if you have listened or viewed to some of our videos that talk about getting grounded in this moment of now, that's being heart-centered. That disengages your mind, where it disengages your thinking, where you concentrate on your breath and you breathe in and you breathe out and you breathe in and you breathe out. And there is a reason why your lungs are close to your heart, because when you're focused on your breath, you're focused on the area of your breath. Hello, Ada. Nice to see you. Welcome. Come on in. Hi, everyone. So love is meant to be felt in the heart. So when you're mindful of the moment of now, when you're self-aware and you're observant of your surroundings in the moment of now, and you're taking your deep breathing and you're being mindful of your breath work, well, you're in your heart space. And love is meant to be deep, unconditional, and life-giving. But when we enter a relationship with a narcissist, or we have an automatic relationship with a narcissist, such as parents or children or, you know, family members, we mistake their head-based love for true love. Ooh. When they operate from their minds, they're analyzing love as a tool. They don't have empathy, so they can't really love, but they can show it, but they can't feel it. So their love is all based up in here. Love's back to you guys. So they analyze our love and use it as a tool rather than experiencing a heart-to-heart connection. They try to get us to get out of our heart and get into this head-based connection with them. So let's just dive into how the narcissist loves from the head, because the narcissist version of love is calculated and it's strategic, it's conditional. Aw, thanks for the loves. Back at you, everyone. And yeah, I'd like to introduce Resistor. He's our moderator. And give him some love too. Give our moderator some love. Oh, that's a perfect love. Right there. Right there. So awesome. Thank you, Resistor, again for moderating. Hi, Happy Life. How you doing? And hi, Ada. How you doing? Cynthia, how you doing, girl? How you doing, everyone? Nice to see you all. Okay, so how the narcissist loves is not like how you and I love. And there needs to be made a distinction so that we can get out of this trauma bond, let go of this cognitive dissonance, as the narcissist expresses affection in ways that seem romantic, but it's everything measured, it's calculated, it's designed to get a reaction out of us, to secure, control, or maintain an image of themselves. If they can maintain that image, then they can maintain our attention and focus on them. Their love is transactional and it's superficial. It appears to be love, but it's all in the mind, okay? So their love is transactional in the way of, well, I give you affection so you can stay loyal to me. I say what you want to hear so I can get what I want. I withdraw my love from you or my attention from you to keep you anxious and seeking approval. That's not love. Love is not anxious. Love does not seek approval. There's no conditions in love. Hey, Aquarius. How you doing? Nice to see you. There's no true emotional depth, just a well-practiced routine to keep you entangled. This routine that they have with you, they have with everyone else. See, there's no empathy there, so they can't meet you where you personally are at. They can't meet you on your level of personality. Everybody's personalities are different, but they expect everybody's different personalities to meet the narcissist where they are at, and they treat everybody the same. If we can understand this helps us to understand, and answer our own question. Are they treating the new supply like how they treated me? Are they more in love with their new supply than they ever were with me? No, they treat the new supply and everyone the same. And they expect everybody that they meet to treat the narcissist as how the narcissist wants to be treated. Because in the narcissist reality, it's only a group of one. It's the narcissist and nobody else matters. There's no true emotional depth, just a well-practiced routine with the narcissist. They learn by repeating what they've done. It works here, so it should or it must work, and they'll make it work. They'll force it. They'll force that square peg into that round hole. They really will. They'll shove it in there. And it's like what works with you, they expect will work with everybody else. So they are just running on repeated patterns. And why break the mold? If it's not broken, don't fix it. And if it is broken, well, the narcissist expects you to fix yourself. Level up is basically what they're, level up, peon. Level up to my standards. You want me to matter about you? Well, then level up. Smarten up. Grow up. That's their attitude. And it's, wow, it's insulting. So here's the reason why we misunderstand this head-based affection that isn't love. We misunderstand it as being real love because we, on the other hand, love unconditionally. We love from the heart, and we feel the intensity of emotions and assume that the narcissist must feel the same because they look human. They act human, they talk human, somewhat. So we assume that they're human because they put on this charade that leads us to believe that they are just like us, and they're not. And we fail to recognize that their connection is cerebral, not soulful. We have a soul, we have a heart, and we want to, share our hearts and communicate from heart to heart. But what happens when we mistake the head-based love for heart-based love? Oh my gosh. We start clinging to the relationship, believing that the love we feel for them is mutual. And then we confuse the attention that we get with affection and control with care. We think if we just love them more from our hearts, they will love us back in the same way, that they'll have a change of heart and they'll see that they've been wronging us or insulting us and hurting us. They've done wrong by us. They've cheated us. No, they're stuck here. Everything is logic with them, everything. Narcissists do not operate from the heart. This is where Jesus resides. They don't feel love in the same way that we do. They feel love with conditions, while we love without them. We don't need conditions to love. So how is it that the narcissist forces us to abandon our love here and bring the love that we have here up in here? Well, over time, the narcissist trains us, conditions us to think about love rather than feel it. We think about the narcissist. We think about, what are they doing? How are they going to feel? Will they like us doing this? Will they not like us doing that? We don't speak or analyze the narcissist from using any love language from the heart. It's all head-based to please them. And they pull us out of our hearts, engaging our emotions of fear, anxiety, and longing instead. And when you are in your feels, in your heart, there's no longing in the way of, missing them. Longing is like, it's a good kind of longing. It's not like a separation anxiety kind of longing. It's not a homesickness kind of longing. It's just a longing like, oh, I can't wait to be in your presence again. Oh, you feel so good. We feel so wonderful together. Like, oh my gosh, your presence just warms my heart. But with the narcissist, it's all full of anxiety. Like, oh, I can't wait to have them again. It's like obsessive. And that's kind of what's going on with the narcissist. They're obsessive and they project that onto us without us even realizing it. So they pull us away from our hearts, engaging emotions like fear, anxiety, and longing. These are not natural experiences from the heart, but these are created as mental loops. We stop living in the present moment from the heart. And we start obsessing over in our minds, what did we do wrong? How do I fix this? Why do they keep pulling away? So in our minds, we're flip-flopping between the past, the present, and the future. But with our heart space, all there is now. It's like when you're in a mutually loving relationship from the heart, it's like everything just flows and you just kind of go with the flow, and it's like things just become syncopated. It's just works. It just fits. So how do we reclaim our heart through mindfulness? Breaking free from this cycle requires a shift. Mindfulness is the key. It pulls us out of overthinking and back into our hearts where unconditional love lives. And that's what we do on this channel. There's many videos where we talk about being in the present of now, getting into our heart space, being mindful of now, just letting go the need to fixate on the past or the future. As we share with you breathing exercises. Breathing disengages the mind. When we focus on our breath, we silence the inner dialogue that keeps us trapped in head-based emotions. If you ever are going squirrely, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, depression is kind of worried about the past. Anxiousness or anxiety comes from worrying about the future. So if ever you find yourself either anxious or depressed, or maybe even both, you can just do a quick brush up. Just straighten your back if you're sitting, or stand up straight, and just put your hand on your heart and breathe. Do that for at least 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. You'll recalibrate. You actually will feel better. And try to smile. That will guarantee you will feel better. So breath work is extremely important, and we're going to share with you how, I know you guys are drawn from the title, you need a heart orgasm, not another narcissist. We're going to show you how you can engage the heart to bring about those feelings of bliss. No, it's not what you think. Get your head out of the gutter, people. I'm just kidding. But it does feel good. It feels awesome. But it's going to feel uncomfortable for a little bit because it's something that you may not have experienced before. So so we'll get to that. So just stick with us in this video because we got a lot to unpack here. This is not like a 20-minute video. This is a long video, about an hour and a half maybe. So I encourage you, if you've got the time, to stick through this video. So breathing disengages the mind. When we focus on our breath, my gutter is wide and long. Funny. When it rains, it pours, right? Yeah. Okay. When we focus on our breath, we silence the inner dialogue. That came out wrong. Holy cow. My mind wasn't in the gutter when I said it, but after I said it, it was, oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Naughty. Okay. Never mind. All right. So when we focus on our breath, we silence the inner dialogue and that keeps us trapped in head-based emotions. Living in unconditional love means no judgment, no offense, and no disrespect. We don't get entangled in another person's toxicity. We just observe. We don't absorb, and we just let it pass. People are allowed to get moody. They're allowed to have bad days, but we're not here to excuse it. We're just here to absorb. Okay, this is not my first rodeo, but this is not my rodeo. So I'm just gonna let you deal with that. Yep. So living in unconditional love means no judgment. You're not judging another person. You're taking no offense, whether they have good days or bad days. You're not taking offense to what they say, because people's love languages are different than ours. They may have similarities, but the way people speak, maybe they need to speak with a softer tone, and you can delegate that and share that with them. But you still don't have to take offense. And we don't get entangled in other people's toxicity. Oh, sorry, I just got a message from my phone company. Your messages are protected as a loyal customer. So that's why I went, what? My rights should already be protected, but okay, not going to judge. Thank you for the message. So we don't get entangled with other people's toxicity. We just observe and we just let it pass. You have your day. Good for you, And we help a person as we can using our empathy, but we don't absorb that. We don't take it in. This is where boundaries become a sacred code. We don't become vulnerable to those who do not meet our standards. And what is that standard? To walk in unconditional love. I be you, or no, I be me, you be you. There's no more of the narcissist speak where I be you and you be me. No. There's no more of that. Now, Unconditional love, this is not a weakness, but to the narcissist, it is seen as a weakness because they don't have it. So anything that they don't have, they see as, well, you're just weak. And that's a projection based on how they feel. They feel inferior, so they have to make our strengths seem like their weaknesses to make us feel inferior. Our unconditional love is a strength, because unconditional love isn't about staying in toxic relationships. It's about holding love for ourselves so fully that we refuse to engage in anything less than truth. When you say no to a narcissist, when you see a narcissist coming and you engage with them and they talk and you're just like, nope, don't want to go on a second date. Nope, don't want to work with that coworker. Nope, don't want to have that person as a friend. The first meeting of a narcissist, when you have those red flags and you see those red flags and you're just like, no, that's actually loving yourself. You are loving yourself in that moment. Unconditional love is protecting. So when we return to the heart, the narcissist loses their grip. We no longer seek their approval. We no longer chase their love, and we no longer need them because we are rooted in love itself. When we discover our healing from narcissistic trauma, we discover that our heart is a wellspring, a bottomless well of living water right from Jesus. And we can get watered right from Jesus himself. We don't need anybody else. We certainly don't need the narcissist. And why we have relationships in the first place is to water other people from our well. From the well of Jesus, the living water, we water other people. And we don't expect to get anything back because we don't need anything back. But when we do, we share in their joy and we say, thank you. I love you too. And we're not measuring, oh, you don't love me enough. I remember when I was in my marriage with my narcissistic husband, I remember going to God and saying, he doesn't love me enough. He doesn't love me like I love him. And I knew that right away, but I didn't know how to fix it. And I couldn't fix it. You can't fix it. Love's back to you too. Love you guys. So understand that we're not here. Like, the meaning of life is to love and be loved, not as how the world loves, but as how God loves. We are to love unconditionally and be loved unconditionally. That's bringing heaven down on earth. And that is where miracles happen. That is where you will see yourself and others shine. That's where you will be able to just, when you pray in love, when you ask for God to intervene on your behalf or other people's behalf, like when you're praying for others, praying for yourself, and you stand rooted in this unconditional love, you watch God will answer that prayer right away. You watch, it will not take long for that prayer to answer. When you stay in love, oh, that's when the spirit realm just kind of, in a blink of an eye, gets to work. So the narcissist distracts us from that and takes us out of that. Remain in me and I remain in you is what Jesus says. Remain in unconditional love. Remain in the heart. If you stay in the heart and I stay in your heart, then whatever you ask for, I will give you. So when we turn to the heart, the narcissist loses their grip. They have no more power over us. And we no longer seek their approval. We no longer chase their love because we no longer need it. Because we understand who we are and who lives in us. That's where true freedom is. So the difference between feeling love from your heart and feeling love from your head, oh my gosh, this is, when you see it, you'll see it. It lies in how the love is processed, expressed, and experienced emotionally and physically. Love from the head, this is the intellectual love, how it's felt. Love from the head is more analytical, logical, and conditional. It often involves evaluating relationships based on compatibility, shared interest, values, and social expectations. It may feel like admiration, respect, or an appreciation of someone's qualities instead of who they are as a person, like just being me. You want to be valued just for being you. Like you just show up and say hi and you're valued. Is like your presence alone without you saying a word or doing anything. Your presence is valued. People can feel that je ne sais quoi, that spiritual energy coming off you, and that's what they value. And that's what draws people to other people, right? But with the narcissist, it's all just fakery. They know how to play the game, but they don't embody the game. They're not playing for keeps. They're actually setting us up. This is the whole dynamic of the narcissistic relationship, is to separate you from them, draw you close to separate you so that you'll just be like, I'm never going to love again. And you'll never express your unconditional love for anybody again. That's the spiritual dynamics. That's what they want. The narcissist may not know that, but that's what's happening. So the expression from the head, it tends to manifest through thought-based actions, such as planning for our partner's well-being, making rational choices in relationships, or expressing love in a structured way. For example, well, I love you because you're good to me. I remember asking a narcissist, are you happy because you look towards other people to make you happy, or are you happy just by yourself? Because I was starting to feel like I was, they were with me because of how I made them feel. I made them feel happy. I brought out their happy, but they weren't happy. If I wasn't in their life, then they weren't happy. And the narcissist ghosted me for the weekend. Not a word. Incognito. Couldn't get a hold of them. They came back on Monday and said, I had to seriously take some time to think about what you said, because what you said offended me, and I almost broke up with you over it. But I'm over it now, so I'm going to give you another chance. And me stuck in my headspace of love, I'm like, oh, okay, I was wrong. I'm so sorry. And he was teaching me that I couldn't have my own thoughts. He was teaching me that I could not be an independent thinker. I couldn't think about myself. I couldn't think about other people. I had to think about his needs. And his needs were I was in his life to make him happy. So understand that there's common phrases that let you know that somebody is in their headspace when it comes to love. Oh, this person is a great match for me because of X, Y, and Z. Because they make me happy. They make me laugh because they're so funny, and I love that. They're able to make me laugh. Do you see the dynamic? Do you see the problem? The headspace is all about me, 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 I. Heart space is all about you in a healthy way. See, the headspace, the narcissist is, I'm with you because you make me feel good. I'm with you because you make me laugh. I'm with you because you make me look good to the public. This you make me is a red flag, because the narcissist is objectifying us. We're just a toy for them to use and abuse. Now, here's another common phrase. Love should make sense and be mutually beneficial. It just makes sense to love you. It just, you give to me, I give to you, so we've got a good relationship going on here. That's conditional love, not unconditional love. And somebody might say to you, well, I really do have feelings for you. I love you, but let's be practical here. My job doesn't allow me to have, romantic relationships with another coworker, or my job is taking me away from the home, so I won't be able to commit to this relationship like you want. So I do love you, but let's be practical here. what that sets up is the other person, when they hear that, they're going to settle and wait. And that's what the narcissist wants. While the narcissist plays, musical sheets and, does whatever they want. They're just gaining a new supply or keeping that supply on the wing until you're needed. See, unconditional love is, you know what? I don't care about the distance. Okay, so, if there is a rule at work that we can't, have a relationship because of our job, let's go talk to HR department. Let's go find out the rules, because I'm in a different department. We work in the same building, but I'm in a different office department than you. So does that have any grounds for, dismissal or anything like that? I'm not giving this up. I unconditionally love you and you unconditionally love me. So one of us will make the sacrifice and give up the job. But before we go public, let's make sure that you have a job to go to. Or, you know what? This distance, it is an issue, but our relationship, I love you. Let's it's been 6 months since we've been together, and a long distance relationship is going well. So let's make a plan in a few months to see each other and really take this a step further. And you know what? We really love each other. So love can withstand the distance, because we have face chat, we have phone calls, we have even snail mail. We can do dating online. We can set up face dates, and you have your dinner in front of me and I have my dinner in front of you, and we can make this work. See, unconditional love is creative like that. But with conditional love, it's like, no, this isn't going to work for me. I'm not giving up my job. You're going to have to. There's no compromise. And with the love in the headspace, there's this physical sensation. Often it comes in the form of a detached or controlled feeling, sometimes accompanied by a sense of security rather than deep emotional waves. So oftentimes, you're just going to be in your headspace and you're going to feel those butterflies in your gut. And we've grown up to think that those butterflies in the gut is a good thing, but the relationship gurus are telling us, no, that's not a good thing. And I'm going to get into the reason why, that you can't go by those gut feelings in the flutterbugs in your gut. That's actually telling you something's wrong, not something is beautiful. No. So, hi Juliet, how you doing? I feel more at ease, happy, and liberated when I'm not around them. Amen. Yes, right? You're allowed to be yourself, and your personality just shines, right? You go, girl. So, the love from the heart. The love from the heart is an embodied love. How it's felt. Love from the heart is deep and emotional, intuitive, and unconditional. It's an expansive, warm sensation that goes beyond logic. It doesn't need logic. It doesn't need permission in your head and logic to exist. It simply is. And this kind of love often defies reason, making a person feel completely connected to another or to life itself. How it's expressed is it's spontaneous, it's deeply affectionate, and often expressed through physical touch, emotional presence, and acts of care that feel natural rather than calculated. Common phrases of this unconditional love is, I don't know why, but I just love you. I love everything about you. You're so amazing. And another phrase, I feel this love so deeply, it moves me to tears. Another phrase, I love you when there's no reason to. There's no reason to love you. You don't love me. You haven't done anything nice for me, but you know what? I love you. And that's how we are to each other, right? We're brothers and sisters in the Lord. We don't need a reason to love each other. So the physical sensation of heart space love is a strong feeling of warmth or energy in the chest. It feels expansive. It feels like it radiates outwards. And sometimes it can be overwhelming. And that's where the heart orgasm comes in. And we'll get to that at the end of this video. So just stick with us. It's not what you think. We're keeping it clean here. So it can feel like the heart is actually expanding and growing, and it's going to burst, or it's radiating. Some describe it as a tingling, a deep emotional wave, or even a sense of euphoria. It's a heart flutter. So which is stronger? Heart-based love tends to feel more profound because it's rooted in deep emotional and an energetic connection. However, both forms, heart-based love, head-based love, they both can feel intense. Intellectual love helps maintain stability in relationships. So it is used, but it's used after. It accompanies. It's kind of like the sous chef. The head space love is the sous chef. The heart space is the chef. And so while heart love brings passion and depth, the headspace brings reason and intellectual stability. And this is where balanced love becomes complete. Like love is balanced and it's complete. The head-based love gives one sensations of flutterings or butterflies in the gut, whereas love from the heart is open and giving. There is your heart has neurons, your brain has neurons, and your gut has neurons. And there is communication between all three. But your head and your gut communicate for many different reasons. Serotonin is not made in the head, in the brain. It's not secreted in the brain. It's actually secreted in the gut. So there is communication between the gut and the brain. There's gut-brain coherence, but there's also heart-brain coherence. And when you're in your headspace, when you're like, oh, I love him, you got all those butterflies in your tummy, well, that's letting you know that it's an infatuation, because that's where love begins, as an infatuation or a crush. It begins in your head first, and then you get to know the person and you move towards this heart-based feeling of unconditional love. So those butterflies in the gut, loves to you guys, the butterflies in the guts can be quite overwhelming as well. And but oftentimes those flutterings will accompany doubt and question. Do I love them? Do I not love them? Do they love me? Do they care about me just as much as I do? Do I go say something? What if I say something and I get it all wrong? What if I'm reading their intel all wrong? What if I'm reading their body language all wrong? Maybe they're just flirting with me because they can't help themselves. They're a genuine flirt. Maybe they really don't care about me. Stop. Just stop. Take a breath. It's going to be okay. Those heart-brain, those flutterings in your gut from your brain are telling you to just back off a little bit. Back off. You're getting a little bit too attached. Okay, so let me see. Okay. So the heart-based love gives one sensations of fluttering, butterflies here, okay? Butterflies in the gut are, they're very real, but they can lead you wrongly, okay? So what's going on with the heart? This is where we're going to get into it, guys. This is where we're going to get into the heart orgasm. It's not what you think. But this fluttering, this expansive feeling is called the heart orgasm. And No, this is not a physical thing. This is spiritual, and it has nothing to do with your sexual organs. A heart orgasm is often described as a profound, emotional, energetic, and even spiritual experience that originates in the heart rather than the physical body. It's characterized by overwhelming sense of love, joy, connection, and euphoria, sometimes accompanied by physical sensations like warmth, tingling, or an expansion in the chest area. I never had this with my ex-husband when I was married to him, but I had this with the narcissist who I just explained, I asked him, are you happy, because other people make you happy, or can you find happiness on your own? With him, I particularly, because I just came out of the relationship with my ex-husband, so I got into another relationship, and this guy seemed attentive, and it was long distance relationship, so we talked a lot, and I'm a cerebral, I love cerebral connections, like head to head, connections. I love digging in deep and getting to know people. And so that's how I like to bond. And so the long distance relationship helped us bond, but there were red flags there. But I would oftentimes go to sleep and find myself waking up to this fluttering in my chest, and it would envelop me. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I would feel euphoric. I would feel this bliss and peace, but then my head would grab a hold of it and say, this I've never felt before. So if this is a demonic attack, I don't want it. Leave me. And I have had them, once or twice since leaving that narcissistic relationship, but I didn't understand what it was. And so I just rebuked it and never, I don't want this again. I don't like this feeling. But that's because we're not used to feeling the connection. When you will find that when you start connecting to yourself, you will have these flutterings in your body, and they may wake you up. And that's what I discovered was happening with me, but I stopped it because I'm like, I don't want anything to do with this. This feels awkward. This feels weird. But it's actually nothing new. It's something that isn't talked about in the Christian circles. Yes, chemicals can trick your emotions, so be aware. Exactly, resistor. You had dopamine from taking a hit on the narc pipe. That's right. I love that, Cynthia. I love that. Well said. Well said. So, the heart orgasm is nothing new. It's something that does happen. But in Christian circles, we don't talk about it. But it is characterized by an overwhelming sense of joy, love, peace, connection, euphoria, and it comes with physical sensations like warmth and tingling or an expansion in the chest area. This phenomenon is commonly linked to deep emotional intimacy, spiritual awakenings, or meditative and breath work practices. So yeah, this happens more often than we know, but we're just ignoring it. We don't see it. We don't feel it. We shut it off. We shut ourselves off, or we meditate without an open heart. We instead meditate through here. And that's oftentimes what I've been doing, not realizing that my heart is closed off in the meditation. And when I meditate from my mind, that's when I drift off to sleep. Yeah, and I wake up and I'm like, dang, I was meditating, or I was trying to. So this fluttering of your heart, it can be because of romantic encounters. It's from the divine. God expresses his love for you through this. Or it can be self-directed when you start loving yourself and loving the relationship that you have with yourself. It happens when the heart is fully open and engaged. Some people experience it during intense emotional connections with a partner. You know, where this is where it's like my heart skipped a beat, or I stopped breathing, you know, like you take my breath away. That's because of this heart orgasmic connection. And it can come through deep gratitude, deep prayer, or when experiencing unconditional love. So it's not sexual. From a metaphysical perspective, a heart orgasm is seen as an activation of the heart chakra, that light that's here. You have lights in your body as you are light, and there's areas of your body that house specific colors, specific frequencies of light. There's nothing woo-woo about this. This is actually scientific. And the heart chakra is just opening up, and it's being allowed to flow freely, creating a feeling of blissful unity. It's about connection with our brotherhood, our sisterhood, our family in God, connecting with the Godhead, connecting with each other, connecting with life, you know, all life forms. You know, you can have this fluttering when you love your animal so much. You know, when you have that, there's a name for it, when you just aggressive love or aggressive affection, whatever it is you just love your kitty cat so much and you just, oh! Well, if you just allow your heart to go to your animal and your pet, and you talk to them and express your love from your heart, you're going to feel a heart connection, and you're going to feel that fluttering for them. So in some teachings, this heart orgasm is considered a form of energetic ecstasy that connects a person to a higher states of consciousness. So experiencing a heart orgasm requires you just to have an open heart and allow deep emotional, energetic, and sometimes spiritual sensations to flow. So it's about getting vulnerable with yourself, vulnerable with other people, but also vulnerable with God. Being vulnerable with the light inside of you, so you can open yourself. You're stepping out of the way and allowing God's heart to or God's love to shine using your heart, and that's what you're really feeling. You're feeling the presence of God, and it's freaking amazing. So there are some techniques to help you cultivate this experience. You can do your breath work. Place your hand over your heart and take slow, deep breaths. Imagine your breath moving in and out of your heart. When you have your hand on your heart, you're mindful of your breathing, and your mind automatically goes to your heart, and you can feel that breath. It's almost like your heart is a lung, and you're taking in that breath through your heart, and you can feel it. And this is expanding the love and light within. And you focus on the feeling of gratitude, love, and connection. You just feel it. You can feel it expand. Don't put any thoughts to it. Don't look for it. Oh, is it expanding? Is it feeling? Am I feeling it? Is it expanding yet? No, you just let this naturally happen. If it happens, it happens. But you grow into it. It's spontaneous and it grows. When you're at that sweet spot, the nugget of gratitude in your heart and mind, God knows, and God will reveal himself to you. So there's the emotional activation through love and gratitude. Recall a moment when you felt deeply loved or appreciated. Bring that memory into your heart, from your head and into your heart, and let those emotions intensify. Now, sometimes we cut ourselves off from this because we don't allow ourselves to get vulnerable and emotional anymore because of what the damage the narcissist has done to us. So we've got to heal that and clean that up. We got to work on our healing. So if you want to feel this heart orgasm and feel the love of Jesus in your heart, and you want to express this to yourself and to other people, it's important that you work on your healing. Work on tidying up those trust issues that you have with yourself and with the narcissist. Don't hold on to bitterness. So bring that memory into your heart and let the emotions intensify, and feel the warmth and energy build until it radiates through your body. This is where you've got to get still and quiet. Maybe lay down for this exercise. Now, this exercise, tapping into your heart to bring about those orgasmic heart feelings, this is done in Tantra sex, Tantra energy circulation, where you're with your partner and it's about the breath work. You're exchanging the breath work and you're breathing together and you exchange that energy. So it can involve sex, but we're not doing that in this video, okay? That's not what we're about here. We're keeping it clean, but you can practice this with your significant other to engage in a deeper experience of unconditional love while taking it physical. There's deep eye gazing with a partner. When you sit facing your partner and gaze into their eyes without speaking, and you breathe in syncopation and allow yourselves to feel completely seen and connected with no judgment, not worrying about what the other person sees, not worrying about what you look like, it's just observing and connecting to their soul. And you allow the emotions to rise and you surrender to the waves of love and vulnerability, because that is what unconditional love is. It's about being vulnerable. It's about being open to have people hurt you, but having those healthy boundaries in place where the individuals can't hurt you, because you love them no matter what they do against you. No matter the wrong committed, you just are in this blissful state of love. And music and movement can bring you there as well. Listening to music that evokes deep emotional, emotional affection for someone else or for yourself or for God. And you just let yourself move freely, or just get still and just embrace the music internally. You can dance, you can sway, you can lie down and feel the vibrations in your heart. Okay, when you listen to music like Chopin or Mozart, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, you just lay down and you just allow your spirit to connect with the vibration of that music. You're going to get some heart feelings going on there. So this helps you to just let go of any resistance and just surrender to this sensation. And again, it can be overwhelming, so just go at your own pace and talk with God about it. God, I want to feel your presence in my heart. God, I want to feel the presence of your unconditional love. I am open to this. But share with him your vulnerabilities, because God knows how much you can really handle. And God, I'm a little apprehensive, but I'm open to this a little bit. So please share with me your love. I would like to feel that experience of your love. This will help you become more vulnerable to yourself. It helps you to get in touch with yourself, in touch with your needs, your spiritual needs. Are you laughing enough? Are you taking time to make joy a part of your day? Are you still focusing too much on the negative? Are you still focusing on woulda, shoulda, couldas? Are you giving narcissists still too much real estate in your mind and not enough time for yourself? This is very helpful. This is spiritual lovemaking for your soul. This is helping you to get in tune to your soul and help your soul shine. This is a way to show appreciation that, hey, I love me. And my soul needs to express itself too. And I've been so much in my headspace that I've got to do this. I'm so methodical with everything that I'm ignoring this part of me. And this part of me, the soul's expression, is vibrant. This is like, wow, this is encouraging. This makes me, it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel connected. So the spiritual practices, prayer, meditation, even mantras, this connect with the divine love. You can connect to your divinity, to your divine self, to God, the Godhead. You can connect through prayer, meditation, or reciting heart-centered mantras. You can ask for an open heart and allow yourself to receive divine energy. Imagine being bathed in love and floating in light, in God's light, feeling the waves of bliss washing over you. Like, we already feel that when we go into, a shower, or we go into a pool, or we get into a hot bathtub, or we go into the ocean and we feel the waves and the water upon us. And it feels so comforting. When you get into the bathtub and you just sit in that hot water and you just, that feeling? Well, that emanates from your heart through an heart orgasm if you allow it. So just imagine being bathed in love, feeling the waves of bliss like water washing over you. Oh, it's an amazing feeling. Practice self-love and acceptance. Look in the mirror and speak words of love and appreciation to yourself. Hug yourself. Gently touch your heart and affirm your worthiness and love. I love me. I'm so thankful getting to know me through healing from narcissistic trauma. This has been a blessing in disguise for me because my parents never allowed me to express myself. My parents never brought that out and brought out the childlike nature and explored my childlike nature with me. No, they just ignored me. And so I was taught to ignore myself, which the narcissist further reiterated that in my life. And now through healing, I'm allowed to just embrace myself and love myself and pay attention to me. And this heart feeling, this radiance of unconditional love from my heart lets me know that I am loved. And you're gonna love this feeling once you get used to it. So hug yourself, appreciate yourself. The more you cultivate self-love, the easier it is to experience heart-opening bliss. So the key to a heart orgasm is surrender. It's what God calls submission. Submit to God. Let it go and let God. And this is a wonderful way to discover healing too. When you just feel that bliss in your heart for the first time, and you feel that emotional depth, whether it's with yourself or with a partner or through spiritual connections, you're going to find that that's what you chase. That's like when you have your eyes focused on that, you chase that, you seek that, you will find that, and that is your healing place. That is your sanctuary, and that's your go-to place where everything that the narcissist has ever done to you, it just fades into the background. You're just like, this is what heaven feels like. See, the narcissist chases the physical high, and that physical high is the orgasm, which feels blissful, and it lasts only moments, like seconds even. But that feeling is that blissful feeling that we will feel, that joy, that happiness. There's no reason. It's just, ha ha ha. You laugh. It's like, hi friend, how are you? And you hug, and you're just blissful and happy, and there's nothing wrong, nothing. You're not thinking about it. It's as if no wrongs were even committed. That's the state of heaven. And you can reach that state without having that energetic flow from your sexual organs. You can have that blissful state, just that loving push, that loving radiance of feeling God, feeling His love envelop you, and you be washed in His love and His glory. You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. So I encourage you that if you do talk with your hands, to start imagining, when you talk with your hands, imagine that you're radiating your spirit, because you are. Be mindful of your spirit nature emanating from your body, from your mind, from your heart, from your hands, fingertips. You do. This is scientific fact. It's not woo-woo. You radiate energy, electromagnetic energy from your heart in waves, and you also radiate energy from your mind, from your brain, because your brain houses 5 electrical frequencies: the alpha, the beta, the delta, the gamma, the theta, and they circulate throughout your body, right? But what isn't being used is emanated as heat, but also as colors that we can't see. And those colors in that frequency carry information. And information, like we talked about yesterday in the live, where I said that, the narcissist harvests your negative energy. And when you refuse to heal and you harbor resentment, you harbor anger and animosity for the narcissist, they don't care. Their spiritual demons are harvesting that energy from you and projecting it onto somebody else, where we may not be able to go to the new supply and say, hey, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but your partner is a narcissist, because I've had relationship with them, and they're not a nice person, and I'm fearful of your safety. You come to a new supply like that, and then they'll think of you as crazy, because the narcissist has already set you up as crazy. Just like how they said to you their exes were crazy. Well, now that you're the ex, now you're lumped in the same category. You're crazy too. All their exes are crazy. And this new supply will be an ex, and they too will be crazy. But unfortunately, we cannot go to this new supply and warn them. This is something they have to figure out for themselves. This is the way that God is teaching them, just as God was teaching us. This is their lesson that they have to learn. But we can certainly make it easier for them by not becoming an unwilling participant. So this is why we are healing as well. Not just for us, but for other people. Because what happens is those demons, the narcissist, in our negativity, when they're not with us, they've discarded us, and we're harboring feelings for, like, some of us have harbored feelings for the narcissist, negative feelings, 10 years. And it grows into bitterness. And that bitterness, those evil demons come and harvest from us and project onto all their new supply. So we cut that cord yesterday. We cut that cord now. We are no longer an unwilling participant in the narcissist machinations. We are not here to spread evil on this world. And so we are healing our evil, our unwanted negative thoughts and negative feelings. And that's how we cut off the narcissist from having access, spiritual access to us. So their demons cannot go and hurt other innocent people. Okay? So now that we understand this, we can use our energy, our spiritual energy. And when you feel that bliss, you can say, God, I send your energy. I send your love. I send this unconditional love to people who need to feel this. Let it flow to them. Let it go to them. And so when you express yourself with your hands, when you do any kind of movement, when you're vacuuming, washing the dishes, just get your spirit involved and stop looking at your hands as being just flesh. Look at your hands washing the dishes and really feel the energy movement, the spiritual movement around your hands, and just look at that. Like just imagine and look at the space around your hands as you're wiping the plate, washing the cup, and just look at it with love. I love, oh, and you'll be able to, like, just me doing this, just you do this. Do this and imagine that your energy is about like this much away from your hand. So just imagine this and imagine your energy spiraling with your hands. And you can just focus your mind and your heart on this energy and not your hands. It feels kind of freeing. It feels loose. Wow, that's a neat sensation. And you can actually, when you do this, you can actually feel, like if you close your eyes, and you can feel when you bring your hands together, you can feel where your energy from both hands meet. You can feel it. Ooh, I felt a little burst. I did. I felt a little burst of energy when I pushed together. I felt it like a magnet. You'll feel that energy like a magnet when you put two opposing magnets together, and you feel that. Well, you'll feel a soft resistance. You'll feel it. So don't hold on to fake manipulated feelings. That's right, resistor. So laughing is a healing frequency. Well said. My cat does a good job giving me a heart orgasm. Absolutely. Like have them, when the cat is resting on your chest and they're purring, oh my gosh, that vibration is just something else, isn't it? Like cats carry healing frequencies. The purr is actually factual scientific insight that lets us know that the purr is actually healing frequencies and helps to heal us. Isn't that awesome? That's so freaking awesome. That's so cool. So, yeah, pretty wild. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Loves to you. Now you know all about the heart orgasm. Ooh, scandalous. Woo! Yeah. So I wonder if the cat's purr is their heart orgasm. I wonder, because it's generated in the throat, right? I think, with their vocal cords. But I mean, there's a vibration. Like when you sing, you can feel it in your chest. When you talk, you can feel it in your chest. Like I've got my hand on my right here, and I can feel right in this area my voice. But when I go lower, when I speak lower, it resonates wider. So how low can you go? So yeah, so maybe that's why humming and saying that helps to, and we're thinking about our heart, that helps because it resonates. So the breath, the sound helps to express our heart's energy and our love, unconditional love. So let your light shine, my people. Let your light shine. Loves to you. So I'm going to go and grab some lunch, and I'm hungry after that talk. Whew, that was a lot of exercise, huh? Okay, just joking around. All right. So yeah, don't you eat after a heart orgasm? You get the munchies after, right? Okay, never mind. Bad joke. All right, keeping it clean. I love you all, and I'm going to go practice, and after I eat, I'm going to go practice and do some meditation and send you guys all some love. And I'll let you know what happens. So yeah, because like I said, I have felt this feeling, and it's woken me up from a deep sleep. And my body, my front, like it felt like it felt like it was almost like difficult to breathe. I was on my stomach, and it was like difficult to breathe, but yet I was breathing. And I just like, wait a minute. And it's like, this is coming from here. And it's like, and I could feel it just, pulsating. Zoom, 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 zoom. And it scared me. I'm like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Oh, God. Because with me, I've been accosted in my sleep by negative spirits, by demons. So using a Ouija board, when I was 17. And so that has closed me off to me seeking out anything spiritual. So, the light we saw the other day, I had a feeling like it was good. It wasn't bad, because normally when I see stuff like that, I'm most often ready to reject it before I am ready to receive it. And because I'm just like, no, I don't want any negative. I don't want to see, I don't want to deal with anything negative. But that's when you're, divine, when you're one with the divine, you're going to see things like that. And so I've closed myself off because of seeing and living and experiencing the negative. I've closed myself off to the spiritual of positivity and love. And I'm just like, now that I've done this video, I'm excited because I'm ready to go repent. And sorry, God, I closed you off. I'm sorry. I didn't know, and I'm not making an excuse. So please, if you're willing, come back to me, because I want to feel that, because I want to, like, I'm going to say it's an experience that you've never felt before. I guarantee it. It's an experience. So try it. Hey, GMC Cody, how you doing? Loves to ya. So have a good afternoon, everyone. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock. Hugs, and thank you, Resistor, for moderating today. It was pretty quiet, I think, on my end it was. I didn't see anything wrong, and no trolls or nothing, so it was pretty good. See, when we have a moderator, the trolls just stay away. So you're good energy, Resistor. You guys are all good energy. So sending you the love. I love you all. God bless, and see you later.